YouTube is live. I'm gonna go refill my water bottle real quick. Is this your water?
Yes.
Okay. You want to refill?
Oh, sorry. Which one? No, those. No, I don't use those. Oh, there we go. There we go. Cool.
Start your videos. Cute. You know how to open this thing?
All right. Hey there, Gabe. We got Rylan. Sweet. Hey, it's the Burnett's. And we got, looks like Julianne. No. Oh, that was Bubby. All right. Oh. Gallery view. Whoo, we got a lot of people. All right, guys, don't forget, pin our video, pin the instructor's videos. I don't exactly know how that works specifically, but you just click on it and it says pin video. That means that we are the only screen that is going to be popping up on your end of things. So again, pin our video. All right, I'm gonna go refill my water bottles. You guys should get some water too if you're training.
Ooh, cool. Oh man, I left with 5, and now we're up to 40. That's impressive. Cool. All right, my guys who are on real quick before we get started, because I was leaving a minute. You're gonna need your sparring gloves for today. And you can go ahead and throw those on, and then bring your headgear. You don't need your headgear on, but we're gonna be punching it later on, actually. So we're gonna use your headgear as actually one of the things.
You need a chair like yesterday?
You do not need a chair. Today's hands, so you were good.
Wait, both of them or only one?
Both of them. You're going to need to put your gloves on for class today. So we're going to throw those sparring gloves on.
Everything.
No.
Stop living on my chair. Those are, I think, bananas. I tell you guys that 100 times a day. You have to do this with me, right? Please stop.
There we go. All right, I muted you guys. Hopefully you can all still hear me.
Sweet.
Cool. So I see Mr. Cooper. I said the first time getting you on my main screen for the week. Awesome.
All right, let's see. I'm going to go to page number 2. Hello, Michael. All right. Looking good, guys. Sweet. Oh, we got Aiden. Nice shirt. Looks pretty epic. Nice headgear there, Mr. Christian. All right. I see we got somebody in their piano room. Always cool to see that. Yeah, that's right, Jack. How's it going? You too, Emma. Hey, Master Bible made it on. Woo! Sweet. All right. And we got 4 people live on YouTube. That's the Covingtons. Hey there, Covingtons. How's it going? There's a big white thing in the way. Oh, there we go. Sweet. What I just did.
Cool. I got the Jeffers family. I can't see you guys, but I see that y'all are on. I got the Burnett's, Gonzalez, Miss Julianne, my super black belts of the day. Cool. Starting. Yes, Mr. Mendez, I did see you took the PE class. Before we get rolling, guys, as a reminder, we have an additional class tonight for yellow belt students. All the yellow belts will have a special class later on. I think it's 6 o'clock tonight, 6 to 6:30, specifically for you guys. So you guys get a double whammy class today. And Miss Arn, good to see that we made it on. Good. I got Tans, Samantha's iPad. Okay, there we go. Now I see you. I think Ryan S. That must be Mr. Spradlin. I can't see you on your side. And then the Bohms and Fams. Awesome. I see Miss Riley.
Do you want me to go grab my gloves?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, guys. While Master Nicholas grabbing his gloves, as a reminder, guys, for the last time, you're going to need to have your sparring gloves on for class today and your headgear near you. We're going to be using your headgear as a target in just a little bit. All right, and for my YouTube guys, make sure same thing. Make sure when you watch this later, and if you do this class, sparring gloves on, and you have your headgear nearby, we're going to use that as a training tool for the day. With that being said, guys, go ahead and face me. Hands by your side, toes together. Good to see all 50 on here. Bow, kin, yay. So yesterday we focused on our hook kicks. Today we're going to focus on our hook punches. So we're going to warm our upper body up first with one of my favorite upper body warm-up drills. It's called running punches. So what running punches are, I'm essentially jogging and punching at the same time. I'm not worrying so much about technique, but coordination. So if you need some help getting this one started, pick your left knee up and stick your right hand out. And you're going to jump back and forth. Every time my one leg's up, opposite hand punches. And eventually, I want to pick that speed up to where I can run in place, moving forwards, moving backwards, but I'm getting those hands moving as well. So it's a very, very, very good warm-up drill. Go ahead and, guys, I see some people staring at me on the screen. There we go. Alternating hands and feet. Go ahead and pick the pace up a little bit. Good. So again, typically we would do this for a minute, actually throwing strikes on targets. Keep going, because we're going to change it in a second. Keep going. Good. Now we're going to do hook punches. So now you have to run, and you're doing hook punches at the same time. So I'm bringing my hands in versus punching out. And break. Super. All right. Super good. Arms are all warmed up. Fantastic. Now I have my gloves off for a second so you can hear something. So we're going to break our hook punch down. Hook punch is one of my favorite types of punches because they're very versatile. They're working in from a straight line. Before we do anything today, 2 parts of a hook punch. Everyone say elbow behind the wrist. Do you see a straight line? Tilted up is okay, but this is very, very bad. This puts all the pressure on my wrist. So everyone say straight elbow.
Straight elbow.
This is important. Second one, I would say stop at the face. So my hook punch isn't this, because if you can see on the camera, my head is wide open. And this is even worse. When I throw a hook punch, if the head was right here, bam, I hit the head and I pop back again. Those are the 2 things we're really going to focus heavily in on. So hands are up. Here's a good way to drill the second one. Everyone sparring stance, left foot forward, say, "Iya." I want you to take your back hand, your right hand, and stick it right out in front of your face. This hand's not going to move. But what I'm going to work on is hook punching my hand and bringing it back to my cheek. So I learned the arm motion and back. And I left my gloves off a little bit for a second so you can hear. Everyone listen real quick. I'm not touching my hand. I'm actually punching my hand and bringing it back. So I'm using my arm strength here. Elbow up, pop the hand in. Do that about 10 times. So hands, this is why I have you guys have your gloves on, so y'all don't destroy your hands today. So back hands up, work that punch, come back. Work that punch, come back. Work that punch, come back. Good. Now I see some of you guys doing this. I'm gonna roll my arm up actually, so you guys can watch today. I'm seeing some of this where you're getting your hand in the right spot, but I'm breaking that first rule. Elbow behind the hand. Good. Go ahead and switch hands now. Go and take your front hand. Stick it out. This one's going to have some more power. My elbow's going to pop up, and I'm going to come through and hit my hand, practicing that stopping point back to my cheek. Elbow, face, cheek. Elbow, face, cheek. So while you're working on some basic concept with your hook punch, you're also making your other hand a good deal stronger. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. And again, I see some people going a little quicker. And when you're starting to go quicker, I'm seeing this motion here. And we're forgetting to have that elbow up every single time. Good. And back to your sparring stance. So at our next part in there, still just focusing on the arm. So everyone take your arm, hold it up like this, tilt your wrist towards you. Right? On a normal punch, what happens at the last second? It twists over. On a hook punch, same thing. At the last second, I'm going to turn my hand over. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to be bringing my hand across. At the last second, I'm going to pop my palm down. So I'm doing this a little quicker. So for right here, back hand out, elbow up, palm facing you. So I'm looking at my palm. And I'm going to bring my hand in and twist it down. Boom! And back to my cheeks again. Face, elbow, pop, back. Face, elbow, hand twisted in, pop, and back. Go ahead and do a couple for a few minutes. Don't go super fast. I don't want you destroying your hand. I want you just working on that good isolation of the arm. Let me see that on that. So your front hand is hook punching. My hands are getting sore. I'm putting my belt on now.
Yep, mine are already on.
I think you guys understood that part. There's only so much my hands can take when I'm punching my own hand. All right, and other hand now. Now, guys, when you have this twist in here, you can really actually hurt your own hand. So hands are up, front hand holds out now, back hand, palm facing me, and I'm twisting that wrist as I throw my strike back to my cheek. So again, hand, elbow, pop, sparring stance. Hand, elbow, pop, sparring stance. Good. Hit and back. And don't worry about making, and then back to my sparring stance again. Cool, 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 and freeze. For my black belts on board, one of the things that we do with our black belts during this week, just so you guys know, is we would do the same drill, but I'm not going to start with my hand here. I'm going to work on quick pops. And what this works on is my ability to have a really fast, good hook punch. And it's almost like, I'm going to steal Master Nicholas real quick. It's almost like practicing if I was here, I could actually grab somebody and work that strike in as well. So from my black belt end, we would actually take this drill and speed it up a lot. And I would execute from my sparring stance and hit. Very cool. All right, so now I need to see everyone looking at me. What part of your body generates the most power for your hook punches? Point to it. Is it your arm? Is it your elbow? Is it your wrist? Is it your hips? Point to the body part that generates all the power. If you are pointing at your hips, you are correct. Yes, my hips. Everybody watch me from a little bit of a distance here. My hook punch isn't my arm. Some power's there. My hook punch happens from bringing my elbow up like we just practiced, but then taking my hips and turning my hips in to put my entire body behind it. Now, I see a couple people. Eyes on who? I see a couple people doing this. Woo! Woo! I mentioned in the beginning, that's overkill. I don't need that much force in a hook punch, and it puts me in a bad position. So let's break this down in some slow motion here. Hands are up. Front hand elbow, left foot forward. Front hand hook punch. So everyone take that left elbow, pop it up. I'm not extending. It's right, and literally just lift my elbow up. Turn my palm down. Turn my hips right to where it's by my face, and I rechamber. Notice how my hip comes back. So when I do my hook punch, my belt is moving. So I want to do this nice and slow, guys. I see some people, woo, woo. We'll get there. Let's work slow for a second. So there we go. Elbow, twist, rechamber. Elbow, wrist, twist, rechamber. Now let's start making it fluid. Just nice and fluid and hit. Almost like I'm stirring a small bowl right in front of my face. Stir and back. Stir and back. Stir and back. Good. So a front hook punch doesn't have a lot of power. So what I'm not trying to do, actually I'm going to steal Master Nicholas's reactor back here. What I'm not trying to do with a front hook is go wham and knock somebody over. I don't need that. Your hook punch comes from just having good speed and connecting with somebody in the jaw. You don't need a lot of power. Now your back hook, hands are up. This one does have some power because I have a whole lot of distance and a lot more hip twists to build it up. So my hands are up, starts the same way. Everyone say elbow,
Elbow,
wrist,
wrist,
twist,
twist,
rechamber.
rechamber.
Now a back hook is slightly slower and leaves you more open. So it's really important that the moment of impact, I'm getting that arm back fast. Ready? I'm going to go elbow, palms facing in, twist, hips, rechamber. And nice and smooth now, not super quick, just smooth motion. Boom, and back. Boom, and back. Make sure my elbow is behind my arm when I throw my strike. There's no these motions. Hit and back. Hit and back. Hit and back. Good. Sweet. And break. So as we leave the form part, I'm going to give a little shout out to my black belts again, although everybody can work this. One of the best ways of practicing a hook punch with the conditions that you have your gloves on, and it's not something that breaks. So if you have a Wave Master, great. If not, an unbreakable wall. Everyone say that, unbreakable wall. You should not be punching holes in the wall, but you're actually working. I'm going to use Master Nicholas's chest as my wall because he's right here. So I've actually practiced working on it. I actually stand right. My belly would be up against the wall, and I practice hitting the wall and bouncing off. Hitting the wall and bouncing off, and it's teaching me to throw my hook punch at the right angle. Think of your hook punch like a fun way of knocking on the door. My elbow literally just pops up, and I come back. That's the way I throw my strikes. Be clear to say yes, sir? So if you have something that's unbreakable and you can practice that way on my black belt, and we would actually have you hitting our plywooded walls at the school for this week. Moving on to accuracy. If you have your headgear and a person to hold the headgear for you, I want them to hold the headgear. A little bit more fun than our accuracy from our other classes this week. So everyone point to the part of your head that you would strike somebody with on a hook punch. Where do you hit? That side part, right on the jaw. Not even for the neck, right for the jaw or the cheekbone. So when we practice on our headgear, everyone see this little plastic part right here on the side. If we were working in the school, it's the part we'd be aiming for both safety and that efficiency. So you don't need your headgear on. You're going to be punching your own headgear. So if you have somebody who can hold for you, they're going to hold the headgear out, and you're going to practice front hook, back hook. Moderate speed, not full. I'm not trying to knock my headgear out of the person's hand. He's just practicing that touch contact. I might move around, and he's just going to practice touching his two knuckles on that plastic part of the headgear. Sound good? Now, if you're a loner, if you're all by yourself, you're going to hold your own headgear up with one hand, and you can still practice your hook punch, getting your knuckles on the side part. So I'll do 5 with one hand, 5 on the other. But what I'm not doing, I'm not hitting it out of my hand. I'm holding it and touching that face plastic part. So I'm getting used to putting my knuckles on where I should actually be striking.
It was very hard to type with these gloves on.
Yeah. Good. So not super quick, guys. Still think like 30, like the same way I'd be hitting somebody in the head at karate, at the martial arts school, right? I'm not going to be wham and see what happens to him. The same thing, that's what I'd be doing. So if he's hitting me, he's not hitting me super hard. This is the same amount of power I want you working on your headgear right now. Even if you're holding it yourself, just getting your knuckles on the right spot. Right? All 4 of the things we're working in this class. Form. If you don't have good form, you're going to hurt yourself throwing a strike. That's why we always start with a technique. If you have bad accuracy, if I hook punch Master Nichols in the shoulder, he's probably going to be okay. I just wasted a strike. I need to be able to practice hitting people in the right spot. Then you build your speed and power. Then you put it into a combat situation. Cool. Are we still breathing? I know I can't hear you guys. Are y'all breathing on that side? Am I throwing my hooks? I know we're going slow, but am I going yeah? Am I still putting my breathing in there, or am I just moving that arm? Cool. Had 3 screens for a second. Beautiful.
Between 2 and 3.
Gotta see my time. 4:48 and break. Fantastic. Headgear down. So we've done form. And again, I cannot stress this enough. I'm going to say elbow up, stop at the head, hit with the knuckles, right? Use the hips. So form is so important. Accuracy, I'd be aiming for here. I want everyone to say something with me. Everyone say, practice the fight. I don't see everyone's lips moving. Everyone say, practice the fight.
Practice the fight.
So you don't have to.
So you don't have to.
And what that means is I always train, as long as I'm not hitting one of my partners, I'm training like, man, I never want to get in a fight. I will do whatever I can not to get there. But I know in the back of my mind, if I have to defend myself, my punches are going to work. I've trained them. I know where to hit people. I have worked that. And that's why in class, we practice with good control. But in the back of your mind, when you're doing stuff in the air or on targets, you should be thinking, if I had one hook punch to save my mom from a bully, would my hook punch work or would it not? So think about that. We clear? Say yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, working your speed now. So now, everybody cross your arms, sparring stance, say, yeah! If you have someone who can hold a target for you, great. If not, you're hitting in the air. Now what I want you to work, everyone say 5 front, 5 back.
5 front, 5 back, sir.
5 front, 5 back. Don't worry about holding a target for yourself. But now what I want you working is I'm moving. And I'm actually throwing at a combat speed now. 5 front hooks with breathing. 5 back hooks, yeah, with kias. Boom, move around. 5 front hooks. Boom, 5 back hooks. If you have someone who can hold for you, have them hold. They can hold their hand. They can hold a pillow. They can hold a paddle target. If you got a wave master like the Portellis, fantastic. Or an older brother like the Burnett's, cool. Breathing, guys, breathing. If you see Master Nichols over here, he's breathing. Even though he's working lighter, he's breathing. He's keying on his heavier shots. Nice, Mr. Halstead, making use of something on the offside. Mr. Gabe, fantastic, sir. I was going to show that at the end of class. Keep doing that. Oh, my gosh, awesome. You're stealing my thunder. He stuck a pole through the headgear. I was going to show that for later on.
Oh, the Uka head?
Yeah. There you go. Mr. Matthew, don't worry about, Mr. Skaggs, don't worry about pounding that board anymore. I want you to just kind of work in the air at combat speed like I'm actually hitting something now. Mr. Bradley, I believe, looking awesome with the hands staying up by your head. Mr. Gugesberg, I like your younger brother behind you working the kick shield. Awesome.
All right. YouTube guys are looking
There we
pretty
go.
good.
I believe that is my Edenfield girls. Cool. Good. I see a lot of people, guys, for speed never and freeze. Beautiful. As we started getting quicker and a little bit more tired, we started going from this to this. What's wrong with this? Say it out loud at home. What's wrong with this? My elbow needs to be up. As we start getting lazy or tired or not focused until it becomes a habit to splay that elbow up, this is what your body's naturally going to do. And if I hit Master Nichols in the head with a bent elbow, 1, I'm hitting here, and that hurts. 2, he's got a pretty strong jaw. I could break my own wrist on his face.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a good ending. My elbow needs to be behind, so my whole arm power goes into the head. Cool. Back to your sparring stances. Go, go, go. Work again. Working those front hooks. Working those back hooks. Elbows splaying up. Nice, Mr. Aiden, sir. And the reach chambers are beautiful. I don't see too much of an opening there. My black belts, I'm trying to see how much of an opening I can find in there. My FAMs, very cool. Mr. Johnny, I like it, sir. Go and do me a favor, though. Do 5 on your left hand and then 5 on your right. So 5 and then 5. So you can really kind of isolate those arms. Same thing there, Mr. Reed, sir. 5 on one arm, 5 on the other's arm. Boom.
Don't forget to stay hydrated, guys. Hydration is very important.
And right. All right, super. So we had form, accuracy, speed. What does the T stand for?
Should I say it?
Timing, just
It's
in case you
timing.
didn't know. By the way, guys, FAST is an acronym that we teach our instructors on how to come up with their class plans. So we're actually teaching you some instructor skills way, way, way early. So timing means now I'm actually putting it into an application, right? I don't just walk around the whole time throwing hook punches. Doesn't work quite so well. So we're going to work some reaction in here. If you have somebody who's holding for you, even if it's just their hands. Now remember, if you're punching your parents' hands, are we trying to knock their arms off? Right? If you have a black belt brother, can you knock their arms off? Right? If you have a target, you can hit it hard, but I'm going to have the target down. I pop it up. He's got to hit. I hold the other hand up. He's got to react off of that. Boom. I can also, in the middle of it, try and hit him, and he has to be able to work his block. So he can't just be tunnel vision on those hook punches, or else he'll get hit in the head. So let's kind of put that speed and accuracy in there now. If you are partnerless, Master Nichols is holding for you. So you're going to watch and see which way he holds his hand out. You got to hook punch it. If he tries to bop you, you're working your high blocks. Ready? See Jack go. Make sure you're breathing. This idea is you see something, boom, quick strike. You see something, bam, quick strike. Boom, you hit. Boom, you hit.
There you go.
Boom.
Right hand, left hand, cover, left, right, 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 cover, left, left,
Cool.
left, left, right, left.
All right, freeze again. So now that we're focusing on something besides the hook punch, we're actually focusing on having some timing. I'm seeing the hand issues. Ever show me where your hands should be if we're working boxing punches? Where should our hands be? Up, right? How about after my hook punch? Is this okay? No, if I hook with one, the other one stays by my cheek. When I'm done, I'm sitting here. What tends to happen with hook punches is we kind of get a little dance going, and then we forget about keeping our head safe. So if you have a partner, or if I have any parents holding, call them out if their hands drop. Ready? Back to drilling again. Reaction timing. You see something, you hit, but it's back to my cheeks. I'm moving. I'm engaged. Bam! I throw something, and I'm back again. If you need, I'll actually, for this side, I'll hold for you guys. Now, ready? And strike. Boom. Strike.
There you go, guys. Nice work. Nice work.
Strike. Strike. Block. Strike. 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 Block. Good. Those hands are up.
Woo, there you go,
There's
guys.
some downtime. Strike. 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 Block. Block. Strike. 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 Block. 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 Strike. Strike. And break. Awesome. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Woo! All right, so we spent 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes completely working on our hook punches, guys. This is something we tend to focus more on for my green belts and blue belts. So for my yellow belts on here, you got some karate candy for the week. For my brown belts and red belts, we are very, very critical on that elbow because we want to be making sure we're not having this habit anymore. And then my black belts, you know, we always drill things quite a bit. I'm going to leave you with one more fun drill for hook punches, although Mr. Krause already was doing it. Master Nichols, can you steal me one of those bows over there?
Yes,
so
sir.
Here's the other use, and this is actually something I used to do hundreds of times a week with back spin kicks and my hook punches. And this is something your parents can do with you, and they can still be sitting on the couch. You stick a stick or a pole or a pool noodle is what we used to use with a stick inside of it on your headgear. So it's kind of hanging off. And what I work on is that's moving around a little bit. It's not just staying stationary. I have to find that sweet spot, boom, and work my strike. And my goal is to try to knock it off with a bow. And then I have to run and pick it back up again. It is a great drill for you to work on your accuracy of tracking a head or tracking a target and finding that opening. We clear to say yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So, a few things to leave you with. Because remember, this was a 30-minute class. I need everyone's eyes on me now. Because we're doing something a little bit different now that we've gotten a good handle on how Zoom works. Everyone say, do not record Zoom classes anymore. So don't write this down on your at-home sheet. Miss Angelina was in the back room watching you guys, and she logged your attendance in for the Zoom class. Sound good? Is everybody clear on that? Thumbs up if we're clear. So this class, you don't have to write down on your at-home sheets. Use those for like Facebook and YouTube, or if you do something on your own. But from now on, Zoom classes will record your attendance for you guys. Yeah!
If you're only watching through YouTube,
You still have to.
Sorry to the one person watching.
Now, like I said, martial arts, one of the black belt principles is honesty and justice. That includes honesty with yourself. This was 30 minutes working your hands. There's still 3 things I want you to do as part of this class before you finish your training part. All right? Everyone say breaking kick. 25 times, left and right. So I want you to take your breaking kick and spend 25 reps on both sides. For my black belts, pick a kick you're weak on and do that one. Second thing, I want you to run through a couple forms. Every martial arts training session, you should do a couple forms. and then make sure you stretch out a little bit at the end. I know we focus on our upper body, but if you were doing hook punches right, your lower body's warmed up enough, and especially after your breaking kicks, you can get some stretching in. So again, everyone say breaking kicks, some forms, stretch it out. Very cool, guys. And for my yellow belts, remember, 6 o'clock, we have an extra class for you guys just for the yellow belts today. Make sure I see you guys all on some of the Facebook Live tomorrow. You guys have a fantastic night. Remember, stay hydrated, eat low on the food chain, and adding it to it this week, try to eat fresh. So pick the fresh fruits and vegetables over juices or powders or cooked and stewed things, right? Have something fresh and make sure we keep training, guys. It was cool seeing 50 people on. Have a fantastic day. Face me. Hands by your side, toes together. Bow, kinye, oos. 1, 2, 3. Tong, su.